Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We are going to be taking a look today here at Shuttle, who's been playing phenomenally, going up against Royal, who actually, I have to be honest, is starting to win me over again. You know, I was a big Royal fan several years ago, and then he kind of like became too much an optimizer. He did win an ASL in that time, so we have to give credit where it's due. But more recently, I feel like he's more in touch with the metagame. I really liked some of his games from the qualifiers, and in fact, the game between Royal and Shuttle, specifically on Dominator that I got to cast. Man, if you didn't see that, go back and watch those qualifiers. What an insane game that was. So, hoping that we can have something like that here as we go into a 1v1 on Eclipse. A lot of talk between these two. But, you know, obviously these guys both kind of travel at the very top of the game. Both ASL champions one time. Don't forget, Shuttle was the ASL champion for Season 1. To be fair, not everyone was in great shape, but you can't really take too much away. You know what I mean? The thing is, yeah, there is a small asterisk there, in my opinion, where it's like, yes, he is an ASL champion, but like literally the next season, you could see the complete change in the quality of players is like, everyone kind of returned from StarCraft 2 at the same time and got into shape, whereas Shuttle kind of like never left. But, you know, honestly, Shuttle is becoming one of my favorite players right now, personally. So, yeah, anyways, should be a good match here. Thank you guys for tuning in to ArtosisCasts, of course, as we watch this offensive gas from Shuttle. Please do make sure that you subscribe. And a big thanks to everyone. Make sure that you're also looking out for the ASL. Taste of Sire Casting ASL, and the VODs generally come out about 36 hours after the match. And that won't be on this channel, but instead on the Soup channel. Same thing that they've basically always been released on. Okay, anyways, enough preamble. Obviously, we see here some decent harassment from the probe. Royal is sending his SCV up the map right now. And what he's going to scout is a shuttle wanting to take a Nexus. So let's see if the Zealot turns around or not. Okay, so he goes up, and you could see the probe actually came to kind of zone out the SCV there for a second. See, he's threatening doing a chase on the SCV, and Royal doesn't want any part of that. And he'll turn around when he can just make one at 400 minerals, probably. Right, so you chase it, and then as you're approaching 400, it'll be like a few more minerals. Then he'll just turn around, make a beeline, and make the Nexus. This is like a very smart play. That's a very good play, because right now, and there is the Zealot coming across. I really want to talk about that, though, because I've actually mentioned, you know, on my stream, and I think I've mentioned in the cast several times that this is something that I feel has some potential to unbalance the game dramatically, is the moving shot on probes and drones killing SCVs. Like, you can't really stop it anymore at really high levels. There's like a few jukes, I think, that can still be explored, but a really good player like Shuttle is just going to kill your SCV. And so Royal was avoiding that, which allowed him to get the Nexus down. So that's like really good play from Shuttle. And by the way, you can see here, he's trying to pressure the two Zealots. Plenty of, you know, well, not plenty of Marines. It's like, it has to do with the blocking of the SCVs here. Because the two Zealots at full health plus the probe actually would beat the 5 Marines easily. But when you put the 2 SCVs in there with good blocking, then yeah, it turns. So, very precise defense. Gas is on the way. This command center is still being built. I wonder if he'll grab a second geyser there. I actually like some of the second geyser builds. Yeah. I've actually become quite a fan of this against offensive gas. It's been used off and on a little bit, but yeah, I think when they go offensive gas into the Nexus, their cybernetics core is pretty late, so you don't need siege mode necessarily as quickly. And well, it's not that you don't need siege mode. My bad. That's not the right way to do it, because like a lot of times you'll still get siege mode right away with the build. But what it is that you don't have to repair the bunker as quickly, so you have extra minerals. You can't, like, if it's if you go gasless expansion and your opponent goes range first, you can't get a second gas until your siege mode is almost done, because you just run out of minerals. Because you'll have like 4 of these SCVs there, and then you'll have like 3 SCVs on gas. So you have like 3 SCVs on your mineral patches. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't balance correctly. So anyways, this has become pretty popular lately with the second gas pretty quickly against offensive gas. And yeah, I'm a fan of that. I think it's really strong. So anyways, I feel like I'm all over the place a little bit. I'm just kind of excited. I'm in a good mood, guys. The StarCraft is so good right now. Everyone's in really good shape, super active. It's fun. What a fun time to be a StarCraft fan. Now, we have the second factory coming up. Royal is banking a ton of gas, and this is why. Armory plus Academy. So he's going to be going Siege Tanks and Goliaths. He'll be getting Siege Mode as well as Goliath Range. He'll be getting his Comsats. He'll be getting his upgrades. And, you know, I think this is a very, very solid way to play in a position like this. I think it's just really good choices so far here from Royal. This actually kind of fits into his style some. And you can see he's adding his third factory very, very quickly here. As far as Shuttle goes, yeah, I would love to see that third Nexus go down. He is going for the Reaver tech, and we don't see... Is there an Observer out? I didn't see an Observer yet. Oh, okay, he is making one right now. Yeah, so it's like the Shuttle, Observer, Reaver, just like the really efficient robotics usage. Very solid play. I think that's a great way to do it. And yeah, the third Nexus coming up, and this is all off of 1 gate, whereas Royal's going three factories. So, yeah, okay, that scan, I need to see where that was. Okay, scan's there, and yeah, I think he sees the shuttle for sure with that, as we just checked. Sorry. I have a hard time checking sometimes. But seeing the shuttle and then like only 1 gate still, you know that there's a third base if you're putting 2 and 2 together. So Royal, I'm pretty sure, knows exactly what's going on. I'm actually really interested if he knows of a timing that works here. Because the build that Shuttle does is not uncommon. But generally, Tank Goliath openers have nothing as far as early attacks that work. If he starts speed pretty quick, that might mean that he's thinking about trying to move out. But look at that. He actually just killed his own Marine to free up some supply there. He does have some depots finishing. And actually, I don't think he got supply block, but maybe I must have missed it. I think he must have been trying to fit in another SCV or something. Okay. Probes going up to this third base location. Observer kind of checking everything out, adding another couple factories. I don't think that a 5-factory timing attack exists here, but again, we'll see. He actually just bombs into the natural here, and the 2 Zealots take care of the anti-air that he had there. Oh, wow. Really good targeting there by Shuttle. Get some decent damage with this Reaver. Honestly, oh my god, that's insane. He's so far ahead right now, it's crazy. Oh my god, 37 SCVs. Well, I think you simply have to counterattack now. I don't think that there's anything else. Like, you're at 37 workers against a 3-base toss. That Reaver did unbelievable damage. So I expect an attack to occur, but I don't think it's going to end up working. Like I was saying, I'm like, I don't know if a 5-fact will work. That was before the Reaver did a ton of damage. And now the Reaver's done a ton of damage. And look at Shuttle just sit here with that smug grin on his face with his 55 probes as he adds 1 million gateways. He knows exactly what he needs to do here. He just needs to get Zealot legs. There's the Citadel. And he needs to just mass up. And if he just macros hard and clears 1 push, he'll be way ahead. And here's the thing. He can macro hard, and even if Royal turtles like crazy and tries to take a third, Shuttle will have everything on the map. Like, you won't be able to do very much at all against him. This is a terrible situation right now for Royal. Shuttle is looking just superb after that Reaver drop. So he sends a probe up to the 4th base. I don't actually want to see him take the 4th Nexus as of yet. If you look at these supplies, yes, it's very much in Shuttle's favor, but not as much when you count in the worker count. It is a pretty big, pretty strong army from Royal. Right now, you just really have to focus on making as many units as possible as Shuttle. Like, the entire game comes down to this break. After he got that type of damage, it's like, okay, if you break this army one time, Royal will probably just GG. There's really, I mean, if it's an ASL game, maybe he stays because it's like, well, you gotta go even for things that are like less than 1%. But yeah, this is, well, there's no Zealot legs yet, so Royal's doing a good job pushing really quick. Ooh, very good Scarab there. He's doing a good job pushing really quickly because if there's no Zealot legs, it is a lot harder. Lots of Zealots are being made right now. The Reaver kind of clearing a little bit off. He's got to pick that up. Oh, it's just going to die. Okay. Still just pumping out a ton of Zealots, like 8 at a time. Picks off that Observer. That's kind of nice. This army just doesn't look like it's the size that you need here. Look at this. 145 to 102. Zealot legs are gonna finish here momentarily, and he has a shuttle with those Zealots in. Okay, legs are done. Here we go. He is just gonna swarm in right now. And I tell you what, that is enough speed Zealots to clear that. No doubt about it. There's just not enough mines in here. Really, really well done by Shuttle. Wow. Okay, so that was pretty one-sided. The thing is, the opener was actually pretty good. Like, I thought Royal's opener was strong. The thing is, he's going with the, you know, this is an optimizer type build, but I think it's good in this situation where you're going for the Goliath build, where it's like basically you go like Armory Academy as opposed to something like Armory Engineering Bay. Okay, and here's the problem with that. Right, I'll show you real quick because where's the shuttle? Okay. So the thing is, if you defend perfectly here, then the build is great. But here's the problem. Shuttle dealt with this really well. He just flies right in. And the thing is, he's got vision. He's got range on the Goliath. So he's like putting some damage on the shuttle. If there's a turret here, you can't fly the... Well, you can fly the shuttle over with shuttle speed or something. But like, there isn't as much play for Protoss. Does that make sense? It's not that there's a lot of play for Terran. This has a lot of play having the Goliath, but things can definitely go wrong with the Goliath, whereas the missile turret, if they fly in and try to do this move and there's a missile turret, they just lose the shuttle. So see, he drops those out, it auto aggroes, and so the shuttle doesn't take any more damage. Like, he could have targeted again. Maybe he could have had one of these Goliaths. He actually, I believe he only had 2 at the time that were sitting up here, but he could have had one maybe in a more middle position to come up and flank and hit the shuttle, but you got to remove the shuttle. And with these units coming up, if there's a missile turret here, again, like, the shuttle can't be doing that. It's taking shots, you know? Shuttle would be dead by now. So I want to throw that out there where it's like, okay, that was well executed. Definitely a little bit of a mistake there from Royal, but the amount of damage Shuttle did, like, he made this a really easy game to close. You know, and that's just the nature of the build, I guess, from Royal. Like, I'll tell you, for me personally, not being an ASL champion level player at the moment, I don't generally use builds like this. You can see how badly they can go. It can be kind of crazy. Whereas, you know, if you block this really hard, then suddenly this is way better than if you had built missile turrets. You scale better into the later portions of the game. Okay. There you go. That's what I think about it. Thank you for watching, guys. I guess you can let me know if you would agree with that assessment. And we'll see you next time.